Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. We are glad to have such a wide audience joining us from across Europe and beyond. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today. On behalf of the AI Certs team, I'd like to warmly welcome you to today's session, Building Scalable AI Training Revenue Across Europe Without Heavy Upfront Costs. Across Europe, we are seeing a massive surge in demand for AI skills, from enterprises trying to upskill their workforce to governments investing in national AI readiness, to training providers looking to expand their offerings. But one big question remains: how can organizations tap into this growing demand and build a profitable AI training business without investing heavily in infrastructure, content development, or large teams upfront? That's exactly what today's discussion is about. We'll explore practical strategies, partnership models, and real world insights that can help training companies, education providers, and consulting firms scale AI training revenue efficiently and sustainably. We are also excited to keep this session interactive, so please feel free to drop in your questions in the Q&A box or chat box throughout the webinar. We'll be addressing them as many as we can towards the end of the session. Also, I would like to let you know that the recording of the session would be shared with you shortly along with your participation certificates. So please stay with us till the end. We are joined today by two incredible leaders who bring deep experience in global partnerships, workforce transformation, and scaling training businesses. First, it's my pleasure to introduce Ms. Naseema Akram, Vice President of Strategic Business Partnerships for the Middle East. With over 25 years of experience in training and development, Naseema has built a remarkable career driving business growth and forming impactful partnerships across rapidly evolving technology sectors. She is also a Million Dollar Club achiever at New Horizons, recognized for her exceptional account management capabilities and her ability to deliver results in highly competitive markets. Naseema is deeply passionate about helping organizations and partners grow, and today she'll share valuable insights on how businesses can build and scale a successful AI training model across regions and replicate that success in Europe. Our second speaker is Miranda Van Merkel, Vice President of Strategic Partnerships at AI Certs. In her role, Miranda leads global strategic alliances working with leading education providers, learning platforms, and governments to advance large scale AI readiness initiatives. She is passionate about learning and technology and plays a pivotal role in helping organizations align workforce capabilities with the demands in the AI era. Miranda brings a truly global perspective on how training providers can scale quickly through the right ecosystem, partnerships, and go to market strategies. Welcome, Naseema and Miranda. Without a further ado, I'd like to hand over the stage to you guys.
Thank you so much, Sristi. Really excited today. Firstly, thank you so much, everybody, for attending. We appreciate your time. So I'll quickly go through today's agenda. So firstly, Europe AI training revenue opportunity. What is it? Why building in-house skills kills your capital efficiency? Revenue streams available to partners, the complete AI Certs partner stack, and your path to launch in weeks. So I'm going to pass it on to Miranda, who's going to go through some exciting statistics with you, and then we'll pass it back to me. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Naseema. Hello, everyone. I'm really delighted to see this big audience from all over the world joining us today. And welcome once again. With sincere pleasure, I would like to take you through some numbers. Europe's AI training market, it's not just growing, it's exploding. By 2026, the European AI market will reach 233 billion and is projected to more than triple to 743 billion by 2033. So that's growing nearly 29% annually. Even the AI training dataset market alone is scaling rapidly from under 1 billion to over 5 billion within the next decade. And this tells us one thing: AI adoption is accelerating. It's accelerating at enterprise scale. Now, look at corporate training. Europe's corporate training market will hit 50 billion by 2025, with more than 15 billion in addition growth expected over the next 5 years. And importantly, 40% of European companies are making significant AI investments in training, software, consulting over the next 18 months. The budgets are real. But here's the tension. Europe has a major AI skills crisis. Between 75 and 80% of employers across major markets like Germany and France and the UK, they cannot fill AI roles. 60% of workers require immediate AI upskilling, and 77% of companies struggle with AI skilled talent. So what does this mean? Massive budgets have already been approved and demand is urgent, but there's a limited supply of partners who can go to market quickly and deliver structured, scalable AI training. So that gap between exploding demand and limited execution capacity, that is the opportunity lying right in front of us. For more numbers, this slide highlights a massive gap between ambition and execution in Europe. On the demand side, the signal is incredibly strong. 88% of European leaders are actively rolling out or testing Gen AI projects. Nearly 87% are allocating up to 30% of their AI budgets, specifically to Gen AI initiatives. Job skills are evolving 66 holy moly, the numbers, sorry, 66% faster than other roles, meaning the pace of change is unprecedented. Here's the disconnect. Only 13.5% of EU enterprises have actually adopted AI technologies at scale. And even more concerning, 70% of AI projects in Europe, they really fail to deliver return on investment. And that tells us this isn't a budget problem. It's an execution and capability problem. And when we look at the talent data, the imbalance becomes very clear. 29% of AI vacancies require basic AI literacy, yet only 22% of the workforce has it. At the more advanced tier 2 level, so the researchers and the engineers, demand is 24%, but only 15% of talent is available. And employees, they know this. 61% are actively asking for more formal AI training, yet most lack access to credible job-ready programs because every different job role will use AI differently. So what we're seeing is simple. Leaders are ready, budgets are committed, but workforce capability is not scaling fast enough to turn AI ambition into measurable return on investment. And that gap is where the opportunity lies. So two primary revenue streams in this market. The first and fastest moving is enterprise corporate learning, corporate training. Europe's corporate training market is already 50 billion euros, and AI is the fastest growing segment within it. And the buyers here are Fortune 500 companies and mid-market firms with over 500 employees in tech, finance, and healthcare. And what they are purchasing are role-based certifications, cohort-based, instructor-led training, and department-wide upskilling programs. And importantly, this revenue is recurring annual contracts with multiple cohorts running throughout the year. And that creates a predictable, scalable income. The second revenue stream is a government and policy-driven funding. So across Europe, national governments and EU-backed initiatives are investing heavily in AI workforce development. And these programs, they purchase certified training aligned to workforce standard and STEM pipelines. And the key difference here is compliance. Governments require recognized credentials and structured delivery. When secured, these contracts are typically multi-year and cover large learner populations. So whether it's price urgency or government-backed funding, the money is already allocated. Partners win, and they will win because they sit directly in that revenue flow, delivering certified scalable AI training where both speed and credibility matter. So in addition to enterprise and government revenue, there are two highly strategic channels that drive long-term scale. The first is association and membership-based revenue. Professional associations, chambers of commerce, and industry groups, they are all heavily investing in member training to increase retention and value. And what they purchase are certifications and continuing education programs that offer CBT credits and professional advancement. And for partners, this means becoming the official certification provider and embedded in the membership offering. And the result is really sticky relationships, a low churn, and recurring annual revenue tied to the association's member base. Second channel is academic and university pathways. Universities, colleges, online platforms, they are under pressure to align education with job-ready AI skills. So they purchase degree-aligned certifications that change employability and industry relevance. And as an academic partner, certifications are bundled directly into curricula. Because institutions already have built-in student populations, this channel often scales the fastest. Not always, but often. The key takeaway is a diversification. So performing partners don't rely on a single revenue source. They operate across enterprise and government, associations and academia, and creating multiple streams of recurring revenue and long-term resilience in the AI training economy, or perhaps better to say, the AI learning journey. Couple more slides, and then Nasima, I will hand it back over to you.
Thank you.
What is this telling us? Yes. So what is this telling us? This slide addresses a critical reality. Building AI training in-house sounds really strategic, but in practice, it destroys capital efficiency. First, content updates, they outpace you. AI framework tools and large language modules, they evolve every 8 to 12 weeks. It takes 6 to 12 months to build a comprehensive program internally within your organization or company. By the time you launch, much of the company is already outdated. And then you are locked into constant maintenance cycles just to stay relevant. Second, enterprise buyers demand recognized credentials. So corporate clients increasingly reject internal workshops or informal training programs. They want vendor-aligned, industry-recognized certifications that signal credibility. And building that credibility independently requires partnerships, brand trust, and compliance frameworks that most organizations simply don't have. And third, your team is already stretched. Subject matter experts or SMEs are overbooked. Developing a full-time program isn't just content, it's a curriculum design, lectures, labs, assessments, exams, all of that. So when you run the match, the math, I need to say, match, 2 to 3 SMEs or 6 to 12 months, the internal cost becomes a project killer. So the reality is this, building in-house consumes time, capital, and a lot of talent, while external partnerships allow you to move faster, reduce risk, and deliver credible AI training at scale. Something to think about, huh? So a little bit more background, and then I will stop. But this slide highlights the final reality. So the speed to market and the competitive pressure. In today's AI training market, speed is everything. The cloud is changing, but AI is training faster. So enterprise contracts expect delivery ready programs within weeks, not months. And government tenders operate on aggressive timelines, and multi-language capability is often mandatory across European markets. So if you don't have ready to deploy programs, you simply lose the deal. And while you're building internally, your competitors are already selling, and the competition is intensifying rapidly. Universities are launching AI degree pathways. Major vendors like Google and Microsoft and AWS, they are expanding their training programs. And while private academies are scaling across Europe to capture really the regional demand. Everybody wants to win in this AI training boom, and credible, compliant offerings and becoming the baseline, not the differentiator. So the strategic choice becomes very clear. You can build custom programs internally, which means months of work, high costs, and significant risk, Or, think about it, you can partner for speed, credibility, and proven delivery. And in this market, delay equals lost deals. The organizations that move fast, that move the fastest with recognized credentials, they will capture the revenue. So, sorry for bombarding you with all these number details, but what if you could monetize the skills gap without heavy investment? Nasima, can you take us through the possibilities lying right in front of us, please?
Thank you so much, Miranda, for all those numbers. There was a lot of numbers to absorb there.
No, I
But
know.
so as you guys know, AI is moving very fast, and we're talking, people are spending in billions now, different governments, different entities to catch up and kind of meet the skills level that's required in the market. So talking about AI certs and how, if scenario one or scenario A is build it yourself. So if you were building your own curriculum, your own certification, the timeline would be anything from 6 to 12 months. The cost would be exceptionally high, and because you have to design the curriculum, look at the text, the localization, compliance. There's so many different issues involved with costs, the risks as well, the content outdates. As you know, AI is moving so fast. So by the time you launch something, there's going to be new types of AI that's coming out. The results, you've missed the opportunity. So the reality is by the time you've launched, and the European market has already moved on. So yeah, it's kind of moving very quickly. So that's kind of the disadvantage. Scenario B is partner with AI certs. Okay. So firstly, I just want to kind of tell you what is AI certs, kind of going into AI certs. AI certs is a role-based enterprise-wide AI certification ecosystem. Okay. We're aligned to AI readiness journey. So it's important that you know who we are. We are a certification body. So to partner with AI certs, your competitors aren't better than you. They're just partnering faster and capturing higher margins while you build. So you can join the partner network that we have at the moment. We've got over 150 plus global partners. We are a global entity, so we have partners all over the world. We've got 70 plus certifications now, which are moving rapidly. I think in the next 3 to 6 months, we'll have up to 100 certifications. We've got 500 plus instructors in our global network of instructors, and we've trained over 114,000 learners. So you can see the numbers are growing. And I think if you look at this figure in the next 6 months, it will have grown quite a lot considerably as well. So the timeline is weeks to launch because we already have curriculum, we have the labs, we have the exams, we have everything that's built. We do follow ISO standards, so they align to ISO standards. So it is a credible international certification you will get. The costs are low because we do all the hard work. We've built everything, as I mentioned, the labs, content, etc. The risks are low as well because we've got proven curriculum, vendor aligned, multi-language support. This is also important, is vendor aligned. What that means is we don't compete with vendors like Microsoft or US, etc. We sit alongside vendors, and the USP you have is that our certifications are applicable to everyone. So that's a big unique thing for you to have. The results is it's market ready, revenue generating in a few weeks. Thank you, Miranda. Okay, so why building in-house destroys capital efficiency? So I know we've mentioned this in the earlier slides. I'll kind of bump through this one quickly. There is no differentiating. The market is overcrowded with a lot of generic AI, whether it's consultations, boot camps, etc. So there is a lot of kind of self-made AI consultancies out there. European buyers demand recognized exam programs. So that's quite important, the exam programs. There is a big difference between getting a certificate and a certification. And without credentials, you're just competing on price alone. AI content goes outdated every quarter. So as we mentioned, AI is moving very fast. And if you're not continually updating content or your exams, you're going to fall behind. There's no sales and marketing engine. Most partners lack demand generation, etc. When you work with AI certs, we do, obviously put you on our website, etc. And it helps you to market yourself. And we do have a large marketing team that will work with you. High customer acquisition costs. We also mentioned all this earlier. So there is a lot of cost in kind of starting your own content, etc. up, and weak margins because you're obviously going to spend a lot of money developing the content. So yeah. the AI Certs complete set. So what do you get with us? So you get the content, which is always updated. So our content is updated regularly. And if you're a partner with us and you're selling to your customers, they get access to our content, which can be delivered in e-learning as well as instructor-led training. And they have access to that for 12 months. And within that 12-month duration, if there's anything updated, that will automatically be added into the curriculum. It says 50 plus certifications. You can see how fast we're growing. We actually have 72 certifications now. It's role, so this is another important factor, role-based. And I know Miranda will get excited when I say role-based certifications. There is nobody else out there globally who's offering role-based AI certifications which are vendor aligned. Why that's important? Because every role is different. Every platform tools that they use are going to be different. If you're in finance or HR, you're going to be using different tools. So this is really important. And this is where the global demand is, role-based certification. So we have professional certifications and technical certifications, which we'll kind of look at shortly in the next few slides. We're built for growing market demand-driven enterprise and government compliant. So we do, as I mentioned, follow ISO standards for a certification body. A curriculum is built in the market standard platforms. We do give you access to our LMS. The students get access to the LMS as well. And our content is updated every 2 to 3 months. And we do have multiple language support as well. We cover things like Spanish, Arabic, French, Chinese, Azerbaijani. So we do have a couple of languages that we focus on where there's a demand. Our exams are a credible certification. So every single course, whether it's a professional or technical certification, does have an exam at the end. And on passing that exam, the students will get an international credible certification. We do have our own exam platform. It's called Proctor 365, and the student can sit the exam anytime they like. It's 24/7. We're globally recognized, as I mentioned. ISO IEC standards is actually the ISO 024/2012 standard that we align with. We have stackable credentials. So you can have a roadmap. So it doesn't have to be just one course. You can create a roadmap according to your customer requirements. And then we also have a digital verification blockchain-backed certificate. Go to market is very quick. When you work with AI Certs, why? Because we've already got all the stuff that you require in order to go to market. So we can co-brand certain assets like marketing, landing pages, email templates, etc. We have a partner portal which will give you access to everything that you need in terms of marketing collateral. It has lots of email templates, which we'll look at in a where you can just use and co-brand it and use it straight away. We will host webinars for you to lead campaigns. So we do work really closely with our partners. We're probably different from other vendors where we just become a partner and say, here you go. No, we work closely with you because we want to make sure you're successful. We want to make sure that you're supported, so we kind of support you along the way. If there's anything you need, if you need customization, whatever you need, we're there to help you. Training support. So we do have Train the Trainer program, which is totally complimentary. So as I mentioned, there's two ways we can offer the training. All our certifications are offered in e-learning as well as instructor-led training. So if you choose to go through the instructor-led route and you have a group of instructors you want trained, it's totally complimentary. They can train on any of our certifications they like, and on passing those certifications, they will be able to deliver the course. Okay, so this is a really exciting slide. This is portfolio at the moment. So as you can see, on the left-hand side is our professional certification. All our professional certifications are actually 1 day in duration. Okay, so 8 hours if it's e-learning. And on the right-hand side is our technical certifications, and these are 5 day in duration. So every single course, as I mentioned, comes in e-learning or instructor-led format. So the great thing about our portfolio is we have an essentials track. What does that mean? It's training certifications which everybody needs. So we have AI Plus Foundation, which is a baseline course. It's a half-day, 4-hour self-paced learning course, and this is offered to our partners totally complimentary. Okay, so you can offer that to your customers, as many customers as you like, totally complimentary if you're a partner with us. So this will give everybody a baseline knowledge of AI. Then we kind of go on to AI Plus Everyone, Executive, Prompt Engineering, etc. These are essential courses for everyone everybody in an organization. Then where it gets really exciting, as we mentioned earlier, and role-based. And what does that mean? We have AI for AI plus sales. We have AI for human resources. We have AI for supply chain. I won't read every single one or we'll be here a long time. But yeah, you can see the different certifications we have. The other important one is AI plus ethics. Obviously, there's a lot of laws coming out now with the use of AI, and therefore AI, how to ethically use AI is a really important factor. A lot of companies are implementing AI, but not using it ethically. So that's a big one. Another very big course or popular course is our AI plus Chief AI Officer. So this is for leaders who are implementing AI into an organization, how to do that in the correct way. A lot of projects fail because it's not implemented properly. So that's another great one. But then we cover other industries like healthcare, education, government, policy making, the legal area, finance. So there's lots of different areas we cover. And then on the technical side as well, we cover data and robotics, development, security is obviously one of our fastest selling tracks. And we have a long track covering ethical hacker to network security compliance, etc. and cloud and blockchain and Bitcoin. So you can see we have so many certifications that you can offer. And what we're trying to do is AI Certs, it's about a journey. It's from getting somebody from A to Z, okay? And we want to make sure we can give you from the basic level of fluency. So, sorry, from the basic level of literacy, you're going to make somebody literate from your essential courses to somebody fluent in the role-based certification to becoming a master in it. The mastery is more of the implementation of projects when it comes to the technical side of things. So I'm going to stop there to breathe for a second because there was a lot of stuff I
Yeah,
mentioned there.
and I have a question, Esma.
Yeah.
So what is the coolest new thing that we have?
Oh, thank you, Miranda, for reminding me about that. So not only can you buy our standalone certifications and offer them as e-learning or instructor-led, we have just launched something called AI Plus Access to All. This is a subscription service that you can offer. You can only offer that if you're a partner with us. So nobody else can purchase this. So basically, you can offer the whole portfolio. So all the 72 certifications and anything that else that comes out in the 12-month duration of the life of that subscription, the student will get access to for a set price, a limited price. So basically you would pay a set price and then you get the whole portfolio, which is really great. Get us partner ecosystem. So how does it work? Okay, so you can choose your partnership path. We have 4 different ways you can become a partner. One is authorized training partner. This is the most common way if you're a training institute, edtech platform, skill academic boot camps, for example. So if you're already a training provider and you'd like to add AI to your portfolio or a different type of AI to your portfolio, it's a great way to partner with us. You can deliver the certifications aligned training with full instructor kits, assessment and marketing support. Like I said, we support you all the way through, and then you get access to obviously pricing. There's a revenue model where you can make quite a lot of money with, and we're like TO and Microsoft, where you buy the kits from us and you will be delivering the course via instructor-led or offering it as e-learning. Academics, so if you're a university, we have a separate package for academia and separate pricing for academia. Again, you can integrate our certifications into the curriculum or offer boot camps, so you can be creative in the way you offer AI certification. I think globally now, a lot of universities and government entities across the world are making it mandatory for people within the academia region to have international credible certifications as well as the degree that they get to have the skills. So when the students come out of university, they've got skills as opposed to just theory. Association partners, so if you are a professional association, a chambers, federation, etc., we do have a separate way you can partner with us as well. So you can offer your members discounted certifications, aligned learning, and exclusive webinars, and strengthen member value while unlocking new revenue streams through shared certification income. And then finally, you can be an affiliate partner. So if you're an influencer, consultant, career coach, educator, or digital publisher, you can promote courses through your channels, community, or network and earn commission per enrollment. And it's perfect for creators of platforms that want revenue without operations.
Wow.
So
A lot of possibilities.
there is a lot of possibility. It's a great. It's really if you think about it, Miranda, it's a no-brainer, right? You become a partner in a certain way. We have everything that you need to offer. You can. It's ready to offer straight away. So again, this leads us to this: why partner win with AI Certs, plug, promote, or profit?
Yeah. You
Uh,
want me to say something about that?
yes, please.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for all that information. The idea is simple. Everything is ready for you. So instead of building curriculum, hiring SMEs, designing assessments, and creating infrastructure from scratch, you plug into a complete delivery-ready ecosystem. And the courseware is already built, continuously updated. We are within AI Certs with over 500 people. Really big part of that team is constantly updating the curriculum, and of course it's industry aligned. So the credibility is built in. The curriculum is vendor aligned and mapped to ISO IEC standards. The credentials are globally recognized and portable across employers. So we also provide stakeable micro credentials and verified skills assessments, which is what enterprise buyers increasingly demand. The third is the speed to value. You can launch your first program in weeks, not months, and there is zero content development time. Delivery materials are ready immediately, and finally, the full technology and support stack is included. We heard Nassima talking about a partner portal, for instance. We also heard Nassima talk about an LMS. If you have your own systems, I also would like to point out that we have integration options with those systems as well. So happy to have a conversation around that. Engines, certifications, has access with analytics and cloud-based AI lab environments. There's no hardware required, and on top of that, the trainer programs, instructional enablement, local language support, and continuous content updates ensure you never fall behind. The bottom line is this: you don't build from scratch. You plug in and go to market immediately with credibility, speed, and skill, of course. So we don't just provide curriculum, we also help you generate revenue. First, we equip you with co-brandable marketing assets. You can all find that in the partner portal. So not generic templates, but localized marketing kits, professional landing pages, email campaigns, webinar decks, social media assets, case studies aligned to your market. Second, we help you sell outcomes, not just courses, because today buyers want proof of return on investment. We provide dashboards, employment, salary data, and ready to share success stories. And that makes your sales conversations data driven instead of promotional. Thirdly, a regional advantage matters. So Europe is not one market, it's many. And we support region-specific multi-language materials, Europe-tailored value propositions to ensure your messaging resonates locally. In the call today, or in the webinar today, Nassima is responsible for the Middle East market, and she can help you with really everything that you need for that Middle East market as well. And so fourth, we actively drive demand with you. So co-hosted webinars, targeted lead generation campaigns, partner directory listening, and as access to our global marketing team. This is not passive enablement, it's active collaboration. And finally, our micro modular programs, they shorten your sales cycle. Ready to use learning tracks, stakeable credentials, and flexible packaging mean for you that you can start conversations at multiple price points and scale up quickly. Last pillar, and then I will hand it back to you, Nassima. The pillar 3 is profit, because this only works if the economics are strong. First, flexibility. You control how you go to market. You can deliver instructor-led cohorts and set your own pricing. You can launch self-paced programs or learning journeys for a scalable online revenue. Remember, AI is changing constantly. We are on this journey if we want it or not. So you can run enterprise contracts or blend delivery modules into hybrid formats. The model adapts your business, and it's not the other way around. Then let me share something about the scalability. You don't need to launch everything at once. You can start with one certification, validate demand, and then expand into a full portfolio. That's really up to you. As you grow, you move from single market options to multi-market reach. Enterprise deals become recurring annual contracts, of course, and partnerships evolve into multi-year agreements. The margin structure, so highly important. You earn on every learner, or seat or licensing, and as the volumes increases, the margins will improve. Pricing is transparent, it's predictable, there is no hidden royalty creep or anything like that. And because you can serve enterprise, government, academic, and self-paced markets, you're building multiple revenue streams simultaneously. And the last thing that I wanted to say about this before I hand it to you is competitive advantage. So you are offering globally recognized certifications that competitors often don't match. So you move faster because you are ready to go to market, and that allows you to command premium pricing. And because content is constantly updated, remember that big team that we have, you reduce operational risk and avoid curriculum mismatching or anything like that. So that is what I wanted to share about the pillars. And Nasima, can you take us through, for instance, the partner portal that we both mentioned a couple of times already?
Thank you so much, Miranda. Yes, so our learning management system, our partner portal, there's a couple of portals you get access to. As a partner, you will get access to our authorized training. What is this? This is a LMS that gives you access to a lot of marketing collateral. So you can see here on the left-hand side, you have access to resources, which means you get access to all the details about every single certification, whether that's outline, blueprints, battle costs to help you for your internal teams as well, for your salespeople. This marketing in a box. Again, we're trying to make it easier for our partners so that it's already made there. You can also co-brand a lot of this stuff and then use it straight away when you're speaking to your customers. There's a dashboard, so you can see the dashboard with all the data on there as well. You can also do your audio enrollments through there. You can see all the reporting for all the people that you've registered on certifications as well. So you have access to the full course catalog, track every learner's progress, use ready-made co-branded marketing assets we have, which you can use and kind of co-brand it with your own logos, manage certification exam and renewals all through this portal, and monitor your revenue and payouts. Okay, so this is what the LMS looks like. So if a student is looking at the learning management system when they go in to do a course, it's great because you've got 4 complete ways to learn. You've got podcasts, audio, video, and an iPod. So you've got different means of using it. So if you're going on a walk, you can listen to it via podcast or even via audio. Or if you want to do it through video, you can watch it or read the ebook. So you've got different ways of doing it. You could also download it onto your there's an app which you could download and also do it through your Android or iOS phones as well. So there's lots of different ways to do it. The other thing, sorry, before Miranda moved on, one of the other thing is we do have an AI mentor on our LMS as well, which is really important. So when a student wants to ask questions about that certification, the AI mentor will help them as well. Thank you, Miranda. Right, so this is what it looks like. So every single course, whether it's professional or a technical, it has an exam. The duration is 90 minutes. The passing score is 70%. It's 50 multiple choice questions, and it's done via our Proctor 365 exam platform, and they can schedule the course anytime they like. It's 24/7, so they can do it whenever they want within the 12 months. So the student will get access to the content and the exam for 12 months. This is what our certificate looks like. It is in the blockchain, which is great. That means that people can tamper or cheat or copy somebody else's certificate and say they've passed. It's verified by a QR code. It goes to a global database when that QR code is scanned, and the employer, whoever else is looking to see if that person has passed, can verify that they have actually passed the exam. So that's quite a cool part of our certificate as well. Thank you, Miranda. Okay, so your roadmap to becoming a high-performing partner, what you have to do, choose your AI Certs program. So select from role-based tracks, AI developer, executive, business, etc. Tailor for the European enterprise academic and demand. A multilingual delivery. So we have English in every single certification. Obviously, we offer other languages as well. If that's something you're interested in for the local market, our certifications are vendor-aligned courseware and a global certification standard. Okay, a seamless onboarding. So as soon as you partner, we will get you access to we go through an onboarding process with you, giving you access to the ATP portal. We have a marketing team that will work with you. We can show you or guide you through the train the trainer program. You do everything through us, the exam engine, proctoring, LMS, everything is done through us, ATP portal. So everything is ready literally from day one. So you can move as slow or as fast as you like. A launch marketing and demand generation. So we have co-branded marketing assets. We will host webinars for you. We've got ready-made email templates, again, that you can use when you're emailing your customers. So you can deliver to your first cohort flexible delivery model. So you've got instructor-led, which we mentioned was totally complementary to all your customers. I'm sorry, to all our partners. So you can get all your instructors certified at no cost. We've got a hybrid model, so you can offer e-learning as well as instructor-led training. The Train the Trainer program is done through our AICT team, and we've got self-paced learning start even with our in-house trainer. So you can start learning self-paced. We do host also Train the Trainer sessions, which our partners are invited to if you want to do that, but you can also do it self-paced and pass the exam as well. And then finally, scale to enterprise government deals, how to expand. We've got multiple certifications. As you saw, we have a lot of certifications that cover from professional to technical certifications from different industry, different roles. You can target your corporate and L&D teams. You can work with universities, government contracts. So we work with a lot of big, through our partners with RFPs, etc., for massive projects. As you know, globally, as Miranda mentioned, I mean, I deal mainly with the Middle East, and there's big contracts out there. Every government has a certain vision they want to meet, certain demand, and literally most of them are 2030, which is 4 years away. So governments and everybody is moving very fast now to make sure people are upskilled very quickly. So this is a massive opportunity for everybody out there to get into the game, to kind of start offering AI training, and through AI certs, you've got everything ready made. So that's it. I think we've done a lot of talking. So thank you, Miranda. Thank you, everybody. It'd be great if anybody had any questions, or you'd like to know more, anything really, or your kind of perspective on what's going on in your region. Please put it in the comments. That would be great for us to understand, what kind of working for as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Naseema and Miranda, for sharing such insights with us today. I'll just quickly take some questions that we have already received. The first question that we have is, okay, we have a question and a feedback. Great presentation and curriculum. Do we also have an initial assessment to help you to find the best training?
Well, as in a pre-assessment?
Yes.
Right, that's a very good question. I don't know, Miranda, because you're dealing with the Europe side, if you want to answer that.
Excellent question / comment. It's work in progress. That's the only thing that I can say now, but it's a very understandable ask.
Okay, great. We'll just wait for like 2 minutes so that people can share the questions with us if they have any before we conclude today's session. So I
Okay.
would request the audience to please share your questions, your doubts, or any feedbacks that you have in the chat box with us.
Often over email or LinkedIn or whatever you prefer.
Yeah, exactly. And we do have detailed outlines and stuff in the platform we showed you. We have detailed kind of content which you can look at to see the prerequisites and stuff. So if you want to look at skills level of a person, what you need. Most of our professional certifications, they're not like you have to have prerequisite for X course to move on to the next course. You can do pretty much all the courses as standalone or as a roadmap. Other than obviously the more technical ones, you might need some kind of knowledge of Python, etc. when it comes to machine learning, and you're talking about NLP, etc.
Yeah, so we have one more question saying, how long does it typically take to launch an AI training offering?
Yeah, I mean, as well as we mentioned earlier, it can be as quick as you everything is ready. So as soon as you sign the dotted line, right, and become an authorized training partner with us, we can start the onboarding from day one. So the first week we start your onboarding. So you can literally do the onboarding in the first week if you wish. Most people do it over 4 to 6 weeks, but again, you can do it in 1 week and start, delivering. If you're doing delivery and instructor led, it depends on how quickly you certify in the exams. But if you're offering the e-learning or through a contract instructor, you can do it literally from day one.
Thank you, Nasima.
Does Miranda want to add anything to that?
Yeah, what I wanted to add is always happy and open to have a conversation explaining how the go-to-market could look like for you, because it also depends a little bit on what kind of organization that you are representing. But happy to draw that picture together.
Yeah, and like Miranda said, every organization is different because depending on what your goals are, who your target audience are, how you
Yeah.
want to move forward. So yeah, again, we're happy to have that one-to-one discussions with you. It makes it more easier to build the solution around what you want.
Yeah, and also you were phrasing out correctly. It depends also a little bit. Would you like to offer instructor led? Would you like to offer self-paced? Do you have your own instructors, etc.? So these are questions that needs to be answered. But it's really ready to go. As Nasima was pointing out, it's easy to partner with us, and from there we will go on that journey together with you. But happy to invest the time to go through that and what it looks like.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Seema
yeah.
and Miranda, for sharing such practical and forward-looking insights and answering these questions so well. So, with that, I think we come towards an end of the session. And for those of you who would like to explore partnership opportunities or learn more about launching AI training programs, or maybe just continue this conversation, you have all the contact details in the chat box with you. Please feel free to reach out to us anytime. And obviously, we'll be connecting with each one of you after the session shortly. Thank you once again, everyone. Your recording of the session will be shared with you shortly, and your participation certificate will also be shared immediately after this session. Thank you once again, everyone. Have a great day ahead.